Alright boys, a little bit of housekeeping before this video. I'll have a timestamp on screen if you just want to skip to the usual content. My bad, there's been a gap in content. I was going to make a recruits tech, but Rummy just announced the recruits be nerfed by the end of the month, and so I'll just delay that video and make it when the new stats are out opposed to the OP ones that are only really relevant for the next week or so. And secondly, I'm starting to stream more on this channel, so video time has been less and less as of late. If you want to come to those, then do the notification things, or make sure to check up on the channel every so often. And lastly, I'm editing a 9-game series that are all best of 3s called Silad. There'll be a little sneak peek intro at the end of this video, so be sure to stick around for that and stuff. Apart from that, here's my opinions on the 5 cards I would like to see buffed in the coming balance changes. Cannon Cart used to actually be good at one point, when Graveyard was OP. Defending with a Cannon Cart then using it to tank for a Graveyard was a solid play, as your opponent now has to defend the front and back of their tower after giving your defended unit value. However, it's sort of fallen off now as it gets countered by essentially every card there is. There are also so many more options for defensive value. The likes of Rascals, Recruits, and even buffed Witch offer more DPS and then a more threatening counter push for similar or identical elixir counts. My proposal would be a 9% health increase, which takes his health to around that of a bowler, meaning he can stay up longer and have more chance of attaining value on the counter attack. Bomber has really never been a meta card, and I don't think it ever will be while it's dying to Fireball. However, spell resistant cards are insane in this game, and hence we don't really want the Bomber's health to just be buffed over that of Fireball damage to something like a Musketeer. Instead, I propose we bring down the elixir count to 2, so more of a cycle card. With this, we take down the health to an Ice Spirit, which is 33% to 207, meaning it will survive a zap but die to a log. I know this buff's bait, however I'd suggest nerfing bait in general, but that's an entirely new video. Also take down the damage 33% to make it similar to a Goblin at 95 DPS. This rework makes him a cheap splash option for decks, which isn't really worth spelling unless you want to waste a log on him and then get punished by a barrel or something. Royal Hogs haven't really hit the metagame yet, especially with a card counter in the recruits just being released. Their health and speed is really fine, and I like the fact that they are a medium cost win condition. There are a few hard counters in the meta though. Log does well, Valkyrie ruins them, and the aforementioned recruits are all over them. I think for a somewhat risky play, their reward should be higher. With just 53 damage per second each, and dying that quickly, it's rather underwhelming to get them onto a tower. For this, I say we let them attack faster. Even 0.1 seconds would increase the DPS of a swarm massively, which is the actual speed in the edited clip on screen, but this could continue to be worked on until they seem strong enough. Barbarian is like a weird one, because spells are usually great, but it falls short, quite literally, of its log counterpart. The Barbarian Cycle did a ton more damage than a log alone, however it's shut down by essentially anything. One Barbarian on defense is sort of lackluster too, because he basically dies instantly to any push. I have a few solutions for this card. The first one is to make his first attack real super instantly quicker, instead of playing this dumb animation. This allows the Barb to not instantly get ruined when defending beefier units. The other proposal is to make the Barb push closer to the tower, meaning it's hard to defend especially if your opponent is low on elixir. And then my final suggestion is sort of like a meme. I really hope they don't actually do this, but it would be sort of funny. But it would be sort of hilarious to see an elite Barb just pop out of that barrow and then go ruin some towers. Okay, YouTube, hear me out. Royal Giant, the dude that makes most of you want to quit playing ladder. I get it. However, he really sucks at tournament standard, and Supercell have a really easy fix if they wanted it. I'ma roll the gameplay for this video now because it's hard to explain how I want to buff this card in actual clips. I believe he offers a role in the game which is basically a new archetype. He's not control, beat down, or siege directly, and he has cool matchups. Specifically, he beats Golem and Expo but dies to Giant, which we don't have a win condition that does that right now and is sort of necessary for deck diversity. Simply make him harder to max. This would mean on ladder he's performing worse because he's averagely at lower levels, and then allows you to buff his stats for tournament standard. Make this card a rare or even an epic, and then buff its stats. I think attacking he's actually alright, it does decent damage, but its health really could do being more than 2500 because that's barely even tank range. I'd be cool with even a 10% increase to start with, but boy will this card need some changes to actually make it meta. Alrighty, well that's it for today's video. Give me your buff list in the comments, and yeah, just apologies for the pauses in content. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and here's the Silad intro for those of you interested. Welcome to Settling the Jewel. a tournament series in which 4 teams go head to head in battle, but what they don't know, along the way there'll be twists and turns to hinder their path to success. Introducing your teams. Team Swordfight, consisting of Badger with his random number spam and Daniel with his random number spam. These two really should have just called themselves Team Random Number Spam, but I digress. Team Up. Losers from last year's SIWAD, Lees and Abel are hoping to take it up a notch in this competition. Team Magic Arrow. 2 players that are known for their Royale work together, 2 players that pestered me to be together, and 2 players that go by Juggernaut and Voidrev. Team Badger Busters, with the goal of tearing down our first team captain, Cringe Spicy Man and Xiaoko. Although Spicy legit hasn't been on Discord in forever, so best of luck, Xiaoko. Here are your official rules and format. Each team is split into a player and a coach. Badger and Daniel, Abel and Lees, Juggernaut and Voidrev, Spicy Man and Xiaoko. Each team will have a designated period to test decks and strategies with their coach. This event will last about a week, in which every team will be in their own clan to practice. Each team will face off once. Each matchup will be a best of 3. Each deck used in the best of 3 must be different, so at least 4 cards changed. Each matchup will be done in its own clan. The players and coaches will be allowed in, along with any fan members from Discord. Teams may voice chat when playing games.